I was on top. I was feeling good.
Careful, relax a little bit.
Gatorade signed me. You can't get really much better than that.
I have a Jack King. I told you, patience is a virtue, he sucks.
But then demons started creeping in and depression hit me. It came out of nowhere. I pride myself to keep moving forward in tough situations, but I couldn't stop it no matter what I tried to do. The more I pushed for it to go away, it came stronger and stronger until it beat me to my knees. The moment I tried to get up, I'm getting beaten down again. It was so dark, it felt like I was in hell. You get over the pain, and before you know it, you're back in the pain. That's what it felt like. It was torture. And I said to myself, I don't want to box no more. I'm done. This is not even me. And I told my mom, I need help.
I'm so proud of my son for everything he's gone through and, overcome. Just amazing. It's an amazing journey.
In boxing, more than most sports, feelings can be mislabeled as weakness. Garcia knows better because he understands the power that can be culled from facing and reconciling an unseen opponent.
The footage shows Ryan Garcia moving with a noticeably calmer tempo, and that change is clear right away. There's no sense of urgency or unnecessary talk, just focused repetition and quiet intensity as training shifts into a disciplined phase. His quickness hasn't disappeared, but it's now controlled. Every movement is deliberate, with attention on foot placement, recovery after throwing, and maintaining structure so nothing is left exposed. That approach becomes especially important against Mario Barrios. Barrios brings height, toughness, and the ability to stay composed when bouts drag into difficult stretches. Garcia understands this preparation isn't about chasing highlights, it's about command. That mindset shows during sparring sessions, where he's layering punches together rather than loading up for a single explosive finish.
Oh, baby, drive, baby, good work. Woo. I'm 215 pounds, you pulling me like, Once he gets in that mode, it's over. Look good. I got numerous NFL guys, MLB guys, and he has a mindset far beyond all of them kids, which is crazy. Go! He's gonna be as fast as he can be, as strong as he can be. We're gonna get the knockout.
Go! 10 more. 10 more.
10 more.
Ready? Go! There you go.
Even when I'm tired, 10 more. 10 more. Until I've done 1 million.
You messed with the wrong Instagram fighter.
And after I beat him, 10 more. That's my mentality, right?
You can see it clearly in the drills, where protection follows every attack instead of being treated as secondary. His movement carries a calm sharpness, controlled, deliberate, and restrained. It feels like the work of someone fully aware of the consequences ahead, focused on execution rather than making a show of it.
Same.
Garcia started boxing early, at age 7. He trained under his father Henry, while the rest of the family provided never-ending support.
My dad created a shed for us to train in. It was like a little barn. It was funny, I was always seen as somebody that was destined to make it. In my family, they just always felt like I was gonna have an impact on boxing. There's been times in my life that I've said to myself, you better push it. You better win. Like my mom and dad, they gave their whole salary to this one tournament. We drove all the way over there. It was cross country. And I said to myself, if I lose in this tournament and I got to do this long ride back home, this is gonna be torture. So I swear on my life, nobody was beating me. And I actually fought a southpaw. Guess what I did to him? Punished him. And came back with the national title. So that was good.
This camp has a measured, intentional tone to it, as if every move is being made with purpose. It comes across like an internal test first, Ryan checking his own discipline before worrying about outside noise. The emphasis isn't on spectacle anymore, but on being fully prepared. And that evolution could be what makes this version of him especially threatening.
It's over now. It's over now. That energy! He's getting destroyed. He's getting destroyed. 14. I don't care about the story no more. It's coming to an end. It's done. It's finished. Put in stake in it. Done. No more story. You had a good run, like I told him. It was a nice little cute story. It's over with now.
It's over.
I got a longer story. That's the difference. His chapter's done. He had a fun little one, a little cute one. He did good for his city. But it's over now.
As Ryan fine-tunes his timing and composure, Mario Barrios is training with the calm of someone who's been through hard battles before and understands the demands of deep waters. His sessions aren't built for highlights. They're built for endurance, extended rounds, constant forward intent, and an emphasis on basics designed to hold up when conditions turn difficult to define his preparation.
Everybody always wants to cut 5 to 10 pounds the last week of the fight, but during that week, you lose your strength. We ain't losing no strength. We doing this the right way. He's eating right. He has the nutrition on point. We're doing the strength and conditioning on point. We're way ahead of schedule. We're ready to fight right now if we needed to, and we still got 3 weeks left. That's the crazy part. We're keeping the focus, we're keeping it strong, we're keeping it powerful, we're keeping it explosive. Man, we're just excited for this fight.
Barrios is spending his time working behind a consistent jab, stepping in methodically, investing shots downstairs, then shifting his focus back up top. It's the type of work that won't generate clips, but it pays dividends when fights stretch into the later rounds. His movement reflects years in tough situations, measured footwork, steady vision, and efficiency without excess. This training cycle is clearly centered on toughness and structure, with the understanding that Ryan's quickness isn't something you run after, but something you control through discipline.
Why am I doing this? Why didn't I stay in school? Days and workouts like that, they push you to a mental where you really have to question, like, why am I doing this? For me, I have a couple of reasons. For myself, I've been in boxing since I was 6. I have love for this game. Some fighters, Pacquiao, for example, I think that's what it is. You just have love for the sport. You can't get enough of it. This shit sucks. Have a love-hate relationship with this guy. But everything just it comes together like a puzzle on fight night.
Despite holding the size advantage, Barrios stays fully conscious of how dangerous his opponent is, especially given that near-flawless finishing record. He isn't aiming to outshine or overwhelm with flash. His goal is to remain locked in from start to finish and capitalize the moment an opening appears. There's a calm assurance in his approach, not loud or performative, but grounded in preparation rather than forecasts. Having shared the ring with top-level fighters and endured genuine power and pressure, he carries that experience into this camp. It's clear in the seriousness of his mindset. This isn't about catching anyone off guard. It's about being equipped for the moments when the fight begins to test resolve.
When all is said and done, more is said than done, and today a hell of a lot is getting done. Let's get it.
Yep. Good work.
I say it often, but I have confidence in my preparation. I'm making sure I'm on top of everything.
Even as the bigger fighter, Barrios remains acutely aware of his opponent's near-perfect knockout rate.
Just as attention settles on Mario Barrios putting in quiet, disciplined work, Wade Plemons pulls the lens back and raises the question many avoid. Is Ryan Garcia truly approaching this matchup with the seriousness it demands? Or is he framing it like another media-driven episode instead of a championship-level test? What makes Wade's perspective stand out is the restraint. He isn't chasing shock value. He's identifying recurring behavior. He points to the accessories, the cameras, the live content, the added spectacle. And his message is clear without being loud. This isn't unfamiliar territory. We've watched this storyline unfold before.
We must prepare not only to deliver blows, but to withstand them.
It's a neck exercise right here, so this is just gotta have a strong neck to take shots, and we've been putting more emphasis on that this camp than I think he's ever done his whole career. So All right, that's good. Shoulders back. Good. Great back. And good. This is a tough opponent, and he needs to take things to another level. Mario has to be in great shape, and he has to be able to move around the ring the whole fight and use his advantages.
Wade's point comes into focus when you look at the patterns. When Ryan fights with chaos, but stays mentally locked in, like he did heading into the Haney bout, he's dangerous. When he tones everything down, but loses that edge. As seen before the Raleigh fight, hesitation creeps in. So this isn't criticism for the sake of it. It's analysis. And labeling Barrios as the most reachable champion isn't a slight. It's framing the situation accurately. Being available doesn't equal being weak. It means the door is open. And those are exactly the matchups that can derail a career if they're not taken seriously. What really sharpens Wade's take is the Joe Goosen factor. That's the moment this stops being about raw hand speed and turns into a strategic battle backed by experience and proven results.
But I don't like see the idea of like, oh, Joe's a traitor for training Mario Barrios after training Ryan Garcia. He's trying to make a living as well. He's got to continue training fighters. If someone like Barrios comes to him, I know every coach has a different rule about this, but if you don't have ties to the fighter that you used to have ties to, I don't see a problem with training another fighter, as long as you're doing it ethically and you're not like poaching and like getting insiders in camps and stuff like that. Joe got to make a living too.
And Wade Plemons cracks a joke about Ryan needing a made-up rivalry, like something out of a Jordan-era narrative. It lands as humor, but there's truth underneath it. Certain fighters rely on turmoil to unlock their best version. The real concern is that Mario Barrios doesn't need any of that. Barrios operates with composure, seasoning, and patience, fully content to let his opponent waste energy and reveal openings. At the same time, Ryan Garcia risks stepping into a situation shaped by distractions, lighter gloves, confidence clashes, and loud press moments that generate buzz without adding substance. Wade keeps returning to one central idea. This is a defining opportunity for Ryan, not because of headlines or hype, but because the sport eventually runs out of grace when explanations keep piling up. That's where the pressure lives. The build-up promises excitement, but in the end it's discipline, not spectacle, that determines who leaves with the title.
First found out that Joe was gonna go ahead and train Mario Barrios, I was taken back. I'm not gonna lie, I was thinking, well, what the heck's going on here? Why would a coach that trained my son all of a sudden turn around and train somebody else to go against my son? He's done this in the past, but I also remember that he told me specifically that when Ryan is 100%, no one can beat him. And I'm gonna tell you this right now, Ryan is 100%.
Right after Wade Plemons highlights the swirling chaos around Ryan, almost like testing a fragile structure for cracks, the focus quietly shifts when Mario Barrios and Joe Goosen take a seat. They come across as two men who have already anticipated the storm and put a solid roof over themselves before it hit. Instantly, what stands out is how Barrios centers the discussion on timing. Never fear, never hype, just the right moment. He frames the fight as making sense in the natural flow of events. That's mature perspective when he says this matchup carries more significance now than it would later, essentially noting, engage before the legend takes over. Joe Goosen, on the other hand, isn't even defensive. He's lightly amused by the surrounding drama. When asked about any supposed betrayal, he casually questions what he would even gain by undermining Ryan, showing the calm of a veteran who's seen it all. The real takeaway is how both men assessed Ryan's place in the equation.
Whereas Barrios is a big dude compared. I think Barrios is probably bigger than Ryan. So massive, massive opportunity. No one obviously ever wants to lose a fight, but I feel like this is a can't lose for Ryan Garcia. You cannot lose this one.
I'm sorry, Mario. I forgot you. Oh, no. Here you go, Mario. Right. There you go. 8 ounce or 10 ounce. He picked 8. So we're not even going to give it to him. Ashley, you know what? You already made your decision.
All right.
What is wrong with Ryan?
Barrios doesn't underestimate Ryan, but he keeps it realistic. No hype, no over-romanticizing. He calls out the Raleigh fight as an example of Ryan mentally checking out when plans went sideways. That's not criticism for show, it's pure scouting. when Barrios says his aim is to control each round, both mentally and physically, you hear a fighter aware that optics matter, especially when you're facing a champion whose aura isn't fully trusted yet. Joe Goosen echoes that mindset perfectly by refusing to prepare for a broken Ryan, insisting you assume you're facing the sharpest, most capable version of him, or you're already behind. That's structure. That's discipline. No shortcuts. The Pacquiao references come in as lessons, not excuses, about starting early, pressing quickly, and never letting your opponent settle into rhythm. While Ryan's camp feels loud, erratic, and combustible, this side of the equation is the opposite. Quiet pressure, contained focus, clear adjustments, and deliberate intent. That stark contrast is exactly why this matchup carries a level of danger that many aren't fully grasping yet.
Now, you've had back-to-back draws. How important is it for you that you need to be decisive in each round, especially against a named guy like that, the popularity, if it does go the 12-round distance?
Oh yeah, no, it's very important. I'm looking to have a very clear and a very dominant, win, whether it's by stoppage or whether it's by decision. And so I know, like, going into this fight, every round is going to be important. Pressing our game plan and pressing everything that we are working.
And just as Barrios and Goosen wrap up their calm, methodical breakdown, like engineers double-checking every bolt before launch, the focus shifts back to Ryan Garcia, and the atmosphere changes entirely. It's not louder, it's more subtle clever. When Ryan talks about the illusion surrounding him, it doesn't read like an excuse. It reads like purpose. He's essentially saying, I'm putting in triple sessions a day, while everyone else is just watching the highlights. It's a magician nodding to the sleight of hand without revealing the secret that he outlines his routine. Early mornings, technical drills, conditioning layered on conditioning. It matches what his physique already communicates. This isn't guesswork, it's precise preparation. I also like how he frames the streaming and media work as promotion, not a distraction. Ryan's message is clear: I can handle multiple things at once, something most fighters still struggle with. That sense of being ahead of the curve feels familiar, because in boxing, innovation in attention and preparation always sets the trend for others to follow.
Really don't reflect back on the Rolly fight. Yeah, can you derive certain things that he may or may not do well, or are there, faults that he has that you could pick out on that one? But, then I got to assume he's cleaned that up for this fight. So I don't look back and count on him making the same mistakes he made in the last fight. I want to train Mario to face the best Ryan Garcia that he can possibly be.
The face-off moment with Mario Barrios shows classic Ryan Garcia. Half teasing, half testing. He's checking reactions, seeing who blinks first, even joking about the boots to gauge composure under the laughs. But the key moment comes when he mentions Joe Goosen in the opposite corner and simply shrugs it off, keeping the focus entirely on himself. That's growth. The old Ryan might have spun this into a drama. This Ryan is composed, almost quietly disciplined. When he talks about what winning means for him and his dad, it's clear this isn't hype. It's personal, legacy-driven pressure, speaking softly. Put it all together, and it's not chaos. It's controlled chaos. Barrios is methodically building walls, while Ryan is strategically setting up mirrors everywhere. And the truly tense part? Both strategies could succeed. The only question remaining is which version of reality holds up when the bell finally rings.
So it's something that, I was trying to create an illusion, almost like you said, a magic trick. But in honesty, we're training really hard. We wake up, we hit the gym right away, 8:30. Then we can do boxing training, hours, running, boom. And then I'll fit in whatever I can with streaming. The streaming takes an hour and a half out of your day. You get content, you boom. It's all part of the show. It's all part of the promotion.
When you step back and look at the bigger picture, this fight becomes less about hype and more about identity. Ryan Garcia is moving like someone focused on mastering himself before the moment, blending misdirection, control, and pressure without letting one outweigh the other. Mario Barrios, in contrast, is grounded in his own experience, relying on consistent habits, timing, and composure to catch impatience when it surfaces. Point one side is about mirrors and precise timing. The other is structure and resilience. That's what makes this matchup so tense. Both strategies are valid, but only one will endure the full 12 rounds once the noise fades and the fight asks its toughest questions. This isn't merely speed against size or charisma against toughness. It's precision versus persistence, belief against proof. Now it's over to you. Which fighter's approach cracks? First, when adjustments must be made on the fly. Share your thoughts in the comments, and let's get a real discussion going. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Headquarters for more coverage. Catch you in the next one.